talk about the Oscars, and I wanted to speak on the culmination of the emasculation of the black man, and we got to see a portion of that yesterday or the day before when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. That was a buildup of him being in different situations, him being made fun of on the internet for years, his wife never speaking on it, him having to deal with entanglement or affair in his relationship, in the public. His wife never speaking on his behalf.
Protecting him,
protecting him. And the queen protects the king in all phases, because if a king goes, then it's detrimental. Then, if he steps forward, then it's an end result of major catastrophe, loss, or injury. That's why a queen is supposed to protect her king, and Jada should have stepped in and said, hey, don't go on stage. But she's so ready to show the world that her husband's ready to go out. And your husband's an icon. He's a living legend, like amongst legends.
My icon living.
No, seriously. And for her to let him go out like that, I don't respect that. But we've seen the culmination of him being embarrassed, him not being able to speak about it. You got to be a man. You can't let it out. You can't show emotion. And it's further than just Will Smith. In movies, the black man is emasculated. In TV shows, I spoke on how, there's always a meme. Even the Oscars, they zoomed in on Jay-Z and said, we know why he's looking like that. And they're referring to the slap that Solange gave him in the elevator. And that's another joke being made on black men. Whereas, it's a joke when domestic violence is against him. But if he slaps Solange back, he'd be the worst man on earth, and he'd be going down in history as a woman beater. So there's so many things that's happening to the black man, and I believe it just weighed on Will, and that was the moment that's the straw that broke the camel's back. But that was the wrong person. Chris Rock didn't deserve that. That was the wrong time, and he essentially has the wrong woman in his life because she was supposed to protect you. Anybody who wants to see you get violent at that stage in your life, like, we all come from places where we learn how to maneuver differently. But at his age, what he's done, at his net worth, I tell people from the neighborhood who make a certain amount of money, you shouldn't be coming around here. You shouldn't be going to the same spots. You shouldn't be hanging out with so-and-so. So for you to be worth $500 million and for you to go up on stage on a global TV show and slap him, and not only slap him, but slap him in front of people who don't care about you, essentially. People who don't care about your well-being, who want to have something to talk about. You're just merely entertainment for them. I think you got to see, like, a small portion of a black man blowing up, emotionally, because he's had to play it cool for so long. He's a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's I Am Legend. He's so many things. At one point in time, Will Smith was the most bankable actor in the world, meaning his fee was like $50 million because the movie's gonna do numbers. I don't care if the movie sucks. It's gonna do numbers. Men in Black, Wild Wild West, Hancock, Hitch. So many movies that he's been begging on. You can't be in that position. And I know because Denzel walked over to him and talked to him. I know Denzel told him, you can't act like this. He's acting like he's still 16-year-old in Philly, acting up, and I didn't agree with that
Keep
at all.
my wife's name out your mother-loving mouth.
That was zesty. You're a grown man. You go on stage and slap another black man in front of these white people, and then you go back to your seat and sit down and you're yelling from the seat like you're a kid. Like, that was zesty, and I don't agree with it.
All right. Well, my thing is, like I said, time, place for everything. You felt disrespected. Slap somebody at the after party. I read a post where they were saying Jada should at least attempted to grab him, and I do understand that. She hasn't really, I haven't seen her protect him, whether it be their secrets or whether it be physically. I haven't seen certain things in her that shows that she really loves and cares about his well-being. So I think it takes two cheeks to be an ass, but Chris Rock also has crack jokes on her every Oscar since he's boycotted the Oscars. So it's a little bit of everything that goes hand in hand. Will still shouldn't have did that there, handled your business elsewhere, and then how he reacted after that was kind of like you being immature. So I think it's, like you said, a lot of emotional distress, a lot of things he holding it in, he didn't get to exhaust, that he needs to go sit down on that couch with that lady and talk to her and let things out. And, maybe leave his wife. I don't see, for real, because I don't see her protecting him or, holding him down like that. I just see her talking about his innermost secrets and talking about an entanglement, using different verbiage and saying she had a side dude living in the house. That was her friend, her kid's friend.
And that's another thing I have an issue with. Women don't hold women accountable.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Willow bringing a friend home who's going through mental stresses and needing real help, and Will befriending her and then, you know, having sex with her. Could you imagine what he would be labeled? You know, but that's basically what Jada did. Jaden brought August home, and he was going through a lot mentally, physically. He had just found out he had his disease. He lost his brother, this and that. And it goes from him being in the house, being a friend, to you basically grooming him and having sex with him. You know, so that's another like issue I have with it. Like, when do we hold women accountable? Like we hold
Jada
men
accountable.
Yeah, she's
little
definitely
bald head nut.
No, like seriously, like he has to get out of there because she doesn't protect him.